Hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello, hi, and welcome to Glowmas. Today's Glowmas video is one that, candle of the day. Candle of the day today is laundry day. It was actually laundry day in my house today. So we got a lot of laundry done and I felt like this was fitting. Just a nice, like, fresh, clean scent. Hi, so today's video, I'm really excited for this one. I film videos like this most years and I always have a lot of fun with it because one of my favorite things to do, and one of the reasons I absolutely love the holiday season, is because I love giving gifts. I love it probably more than somebody should. I think it's the over obsessive people pleaser in me, like this little hair that's sticking straight up will drive me insane. I think it is the people pleaser in me that loves buying gifts so much. I just love buying things for my family and friends. I love thoughtful gifts. I love gifts that people are actually going to use. I have a notes app in my phone that is just full of things people say to me throughout the year that I write in my phone for Christmas. Like, I am crazy about Christmas. I love giving gifts, my favorite thing in the world. And more than that, I love recommending gifts. I love taking the things that I love and use and recommending them to other people that I think could be really good gifts. This year, I wrote them down on my notepad. This year, I went through my entire house just writing things down. This year, I decided it would be fun to do not only a makeup gift guide, because I do that most years, but I thought it'd be fun to include some other stuff too, just stuff that like I think would be really good gifts that I don't see people talking about too much, or like stuff that I love, just to like give a little inspiration. You're trying to figure out what to get people in your life. I hope that this video can give you a little inspo, give you a little guidance, and yeah, let's jump right into it. The very first category I picked was small things people will actually use. I feel like while Christmas, for me at least, is a very fun time, I will say I think it can also be a very stressful time. There is a lot of pressure around getting people gifts, and if you're someone like me, like I have a lot of pressure. I want to get people gifts that I know they're actually going to use, and I feel like sometimes because of the nature of the holiday, we're almost forced, I know my husband feels this way, you're almost forced to buy gifts that you don't really know if a person is actually going to like or use, but you're kind of forced into buying them anyway just because you're like, well, I need to get my grandpa a gift. I guess this'll work. So I wanted to pick some things that I feel like are small things, affordable things. Like I think pretty much all of these are under $20. Yeah, all of these are under $20, and they are things that I actually think people will utilize if they were to be given them for Christmas. The very first thing on my list, I think I'm gonna end up making a like my favorite things from 2021, and this item is at the top of my list, and I cannot speak highly enough about this item, and that is a phone stand for your desk. I did not realize what I was missing out on by not having a phone stand for my desk. It is lunacy to me that I have gone this far in life without having these. Like, ever since I have two, I say these because I have plural. I have one that goes on my vanity and I have one that goes on my desk. I needed both because whenever I was at my desk and I didn't have one, or at my vanity and I didn't have one, I hated it. Yes, they're in the same room. I understand how crazy that is, but I'm telling you right now, like, this product that exists, I'm gonna put pictures here, is so useful. Like, I cannot put into words how useful this product is. I am the type of person that works at my desk a lot, as a lot of people are. Like, a lot of people work at desks, or if you just get ready sitting down, this is something that is so perfect. You can prop your phone up, you can have it sitting this way or this way. For me, what I mostly use my phone stands for is I will literally watch everything on my phone, like even like Netflix, HBO Max. I'm always watching content on my phone. So I love being able to put on like my favorite YouTube video or my favorite Netflix show on my phone, putting it sideways and just being able to watch it at level with me. Like, it's not sitting flat on my desk. It's a little thing, but it makes such a difference in the getting ready or working process. Also, if I'm scrolling through TikTok, having my phone just sitting perfectly at eye level for me is like the best thing ever when I'm scrolling. I understand again that this sounds like such a small thing. It has made my life so much better. I cannot stress enough how much I absolutely love the these phone stands. I feel like I sound like I'm sponsored. I'm not. Like, I genuinely just love these phone stands because they work so well and they're such a little thing that makes my life so much more convenient. And I tell everyone in my life now that they absolutely need one because they are that good. So if you have a person in your life that spends a lot of time sitting at a desk, I feel like a phone stand is kind of a necessity, frankly. Like, they are truly so useful for keeping your phone up. Even just if I'm texting with somebody and I can like pull it up on my phone while I'm also working at a computer or also doing my makeup. It is just the most convenient little tool, and they cost like $6. Like, they're not expensive and they're so useful. I use mine every single day. Next, this is a random one. These are the things that like I am giving people this year for Christmas. One of the things I cannot speak highly enough about are self-defense keychains. There are a ton of different places you can buy these. You can customize them so you can get a ton of different things. But personally, one of the things I hated about getting a newer car is that newer cars, they all have the push to start. So you don't have a key anymore, like a car key. And while that's like cool, like tech-wise, like whatever, it really is scary if you're someone like me, and I know a lot of other, especially women, feel this way. You're walking through a parking lot and your kind of go-to defense when you're walking through a dark parking lot is to grab your car key between your knuckles so you're ready to like if somebody tries something. And one of the things I hated about having my new car was that I no longer had a key that I could hold between my knuckles. I know, again, that seems silly, but it really like made me feel bad. Like, I didn't feel as safe as I once did because I only had my house key and it's so much shorter. It didn't feel as like protective. So I was scrolling through TikTok one day and I found this small business that does these self-defense keychains, and they feel very passionately about women being able to defend themselves. They sell really intense things, and also before you buy them, please look at the legalities in your state to make sure you're not accidentally buying a gift for somebody that's like, it's illegal, because I feel like that's not great. I know that some places you can't carry a taser, or in some places you can't carry some of the like knuckle stuff that they have. But like, I personally bought a keychain that is a key that flips out to be like a little knife. I bought the knuckle thing, which that is mostly what I use. It's on my keychain. It's just like a little cat and it looks like a normal keychain, but you can stick your fingers through it and it has pointy edges. So it kind of replaces what my car key used to be. And also from this site, this is a personal thing, but I have a real fear of being trapped in my car underwater. I know that's really weird, but it's a very real fear. So I bought a tool that is a window breaker and a seatbelt cutter that I also just keep in my car at all times. So if you have any anxious friends, which by the way, I just want to say, I mean, the car seat cutter thing is a little excessive, but like, I just want to say, I don't think that you have to be just like an overly anxious person to have anxiety about existing as a woman in today's world, because like, that makes sense. Like, that's not, you're not crazy for wanting to have some protection in today's world. So I don't want to make it seem that way. Every woman I know who has really real anxiety about having to exist as a woman. And I think that self-defense keychains are something that you can buy that are super cheap, super easy, and will make a person in your life feel better and feel a little bit more secure. Next, this is one that I love, and technically this is definitely more than $20 depending on how long you wanted to do it. But I will say, I think I love buying subscriptions for people for Christmas. I just think it's really fun, and one that is really affordable and also is actually a really good charity to be donating to in general is John and Hank Green's sock subscription. I found this on TikTok. Basically what it is every month you pay $10, but all of the net proceeds that they get from that $10, so if the sock costs $3 to make, $7 is going to a charity. Or not only are you getting a real funky pair of socks, but it's also going to support a really amazing cause, and I think that that's wonderful. It's $10 a month, like I said, but I personally, if you wanted to just do like the first 2 months, and then if the person wants to keep doing it, they can, if they like the socks. I can attest, I think the socks are amazing quality. They always have a really fun, funky themed print, which I really enjoy, and they come in a very timely fashion and in very cute, sustainable packaging. So overall, I just wanted to give this company a shout out because I feel like they don't get enough love for what they're trying to do. I think it's a really cool company to stand by. I think that if you have someone in your life who loves socks and you don't just want to get them like generic fluffy socks, socks, you could pay a similar price and get them 2 pairs of like really cool funky socks. And on top of that, I love John and Hank Green so much. They are incredible. So I did want to give a shout out to that as like a little gift option. Okay, the final gift option in the small things that people will actually use category is a $15 mirror from IKEA. You can go to places like TJ Maxx or Marshall's and find the Impressions vanity mirrors that have like the lights on them, but they're always a little bit more expensive. Like they're like $50, $60, which is a lot of money to be spending on a singular person. So I wanted to throw this mirror in here as well, just because it's one of my favorite things that I bought in the past year, and I actually love it and use it so much. So this mirror, it's super sleek, super slender, but the thing about it is that it's massive. Like I obviously have a vanity mirror from Impressions. It's like this big, you know, Hollywood vanity mirror, whatever. But I haven't always had that. And there are times that I wished more than anything that I could have just like a nice big mirror that would actually allow me to see everything. There was so long I was just using one of those circle mirrors from like the dollar store because like I literally just couldn't afford anything else. So I remember wanting like a dope, cool makeup mirror that wasn't crazy expensive, but that was big enough that you could still actually see your face instead of those like round mirrors or whatever. So this mirror is so incredible because it is so long and so wide. It's huge. Like this mirror is massive. And it's $15 and it's an amazing mirror. Like it's super sleek. It's super stylish. Because of the design, it doesn't take up a ton of space. So if you're someone who maybe doesn't have like a dedicated beauty room, which most people don't, if you're someone who's just working out of like your bathroom or sitting on your floor in your bedroom, this is something that's not going to take up a ton of space the way that the Impressions vanity mirrors do. And it's something that still is going to allow you to just see your makeup application way better. So if you have someone in your life who uses like one of those little circle mirrors, they're always holding it up to their face like this, maybe think about getting them this mirror. Personally, I've bought a ton of different mirrors in my day. This is absolutely my favorite one. Like it just works so well. And again, I can't get over how sleek the design is. It just feels so cool and trendy. Also saving on space, which is really nice because my vanity is already so cluttered. So having a mirror that just sits there, does what it does, really nice. And I think for the price point, it's a really phenomenal product. Okay, the next category I did was the Little Boujie category. You have a little bit more to spend. You have a little bit more to drop on someone, okay? So the Little Boujie. Not crazy. We're not talking freaking Louis Vuitton bags. We're just talking a little extra, a little bit higher price point, okay? The very first thing I have to recommend, and I feel like I cannot stress enough how much, again, I love this product, especially if the person in your life that you're buying this for is an iPhone user. AirTags are some of the best things I have ever bought. AirTags are just little circular discs, and you can buy attaching keychains so they attach to your keys. You can put them in your wallet, you can put them in your purse, you can put them on your luggage if you're ever flying and traveling. Editing me here, David has a really funny story. He was listening to me edit this and he thought this is pertinent to the product.
Right. So I went to New York City in August with some pals, and 3 of us went out on the town.
Right.
And we went to like a bunch of gay bars, and we had this one friend with us, Kyle, and he's just like a loose cannon, you know? So I was like, Kyle.
He's a liability.
I have this AirTag that I had in my luggage. Well, I'm just gonna put it on your person so that if I lose you, I can beep you. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just like, beep boop, where's Kyle? Oh, he's over there buying a fucking churro. Okay, let's go get him. All's well, all's great. I'm like using it. I'm like, okay, Kyle's like right over there. It's whatever, it's fine. He's not lost, he's close by. We go to, it's not Cruise and Tangos, that's in Toronto. I forget what it's called. It was Gay Coyote Ugly. There were like naked, half naked cowboys dancing on the bar. It was great.
I was FaceTimed at that bar. You FaceTimed me.
What was it called? Flaming Saddles.
Flaming Saddles.
Naturally.
And
so we go there, and then I realize, I'm like, okay, whatever, like, let's just go home. And then the next day I was like, oh, like, where's my AirTag? And I was like, gonna beep Kyle. We were like on the train back, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like beep Kyle. And like, he's like on the train, like way up front, like I have no idea where he is. And I'm like going to my app to like find him, and my fucking AirTag is literally on the street in New York City outside of fucking Flaming Saddles. And I'm like, you're kidding. Like, first of all, what if we lost Kyle? We would have just walked back there and been like, okay. I mean, I would have my AirTag still if that had happened. So.
I just want to say, AirTags can also help you keep tabs on your drunk friends. However, your drunk friends can also bamboozle the system. So they're multifunctional as long as, maybe you shouldn't have told him he had it on him.
Right.
Right.
just
Okay.
implanted him.
Anyway, thank you so much for that, David. Bye.
Bye.
Having AirTags has changed my life only in the sense that I am able to find my freaking keys when I'm trying to leave the house in the morning. Do you know how many times I go to Starbucks, I'm trying to leave, trying to go get my morning will to live, and I can't find my freaking keys? It's every morning. I never put them in the same spot. I always lose them. If you have a loved one who always loses everything, wallet, keys, whatever it is, get them AirTags. I swear to God, I have only had these for probably the past 2 months, and I use them, I would say 3 times a week. I utilize the AirTag feature on my phone. Like, if I can't find my wallet, if I can't find my keys, it has saved me so much frustration. I get so frustrated when I can't find my stuff. It has saved me so much frustration. I know that there are other things like this. The thing I love about this in particular is that not only does it make a little beeping noise so you can like hear it, on your phone, it'll show you an arrow of where to go in order to find what you're looking for. And it will tell you exactly to like the foot how far away you are from it. So if I'm in my kitchen and my keys are somewhere in this mess I call an office, if I'm in there, it will literally use an arrow to point me to where that is, and then it will keep me going. And if I start going the wrong direction, like say I'm like looking in the garage, it's gonna be like, no, it's gonna flash red and be like, you're getting farther away, you need to go this way. So incredibly helpful. And honestly, for the price point, I actually think it's a decent deal. I think I got a 4-pack for $120. If I'm not mistaken. Editing me will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I got a 4-pack for $120, and I put one on Charles's keys, Charles's wallet, my keys, my wallet, and I cannot tell you how many times it has saved us from like either being late or being frustrated by not being able to find stuff. Like, it's genuinely such a good product, and it works so well. So if you have someone who's an iPhone user and they love all things Apple and something like that, this is a affordable for technology. I feel like if you're talking about tech, it's a relatively affordable thing that you can get someone that they're, again, are actually going to use. This is a thing that I found this year that brings me joy. And I know if you're, okay, so what's hard about this one is it's like, I have friends that I would recommend all of these things to. For this particular one, I'm the friend that my friends would buy this for. And that is custom Starbucks cups. I know what you're thinking, Hannah, this is so extra. This is a little too much. You're right. But for the people in your life that love Starbucks tumblers or just Starbucks in general, a bedazzled Starbucks cup is like the best thing in the world. Something about it, I have more than I'm willing to admit, and that's mostly because I go on Etsy a lot and I always find new people who are doing these really cool designs or like putting your name on it or like bedazzling different colors, and I just love all of them. And I also love Etsy. I'll link my 2 favorite shops down below that I shop from the most, where I get like my really good stuff. Number 1, the ones that I'm linking down below, I can attest, the crystals, the rhinestones last forever. I have had my one silver bejeweled cup for, like 9 months now. Not one crystal is gone. Not one. I use and abuse that cup. I've dropped that cup. I bring it to bed with me every single night. It's fallen off of my bedside table more times than I'm willing to admit. Like, I use this cup and I have had absolutely no issues with the quality of the rhinestones. Like, they stayed on perfectly. It is so well done because they're hand bedazzled. Like, a person literally goes in by hand putting on these crystals, and the finished product is so beautiful. Anytime I have people over and they see my cups, these ones in particular, the bedazzled ones, they literally are like, that is the most you thing I've ever seen. Like, that checks out. That makes sense. So if you have someone in your life who loves Starbucks and you don't want to get them just like a generic tumbler, I would recommend one of these. You can find them at a lot of different price points. I will say the ones that almost seem like a too good to be true kind of deal, those ones typically are a little bit less quality, but they're not bad by any means. They're just like a little bit less. Whereas the more expensive ones do tend to just be the ones that like hold up a lot better. They look a lot better. They're a lot more detail oriented. Like, so there's a price scale, but just like figure out what you're comfortable with, you know? Personally, I just ordered one that I had my name put into. Getting here next week and I'm so excited. I've been tracking the progress because I am that excited. Like, I cannot wait to get get my bedazzled Starbucks cup. So if you have someone like me in your life who is obsessed with all things Starbucks, that is a great option. Okay, the next thing I want to recommend, and this is again, it's bougie. It's a little bougie. The Barefoot Dreams blankets. I am sure that you've heard of these blankets and you've seen them on other gift guides if you're like whatever. I thought the hype was fake. Like I fully thought the Barefoot Dreams blanket hype was not real. Like I was like, there's no way a blanket is that good that is worth that price point. I now have 4. Like I love these blankets more than I can put into words. They feel so luxurious, so soft, so comfortable. I literally, my friend, this is like a random side note, but one of my best friends was having like kind of a hard time and she was just kind of struggling. And I was like, I'm going to send you like a little gift or whatever. And I sent her this Barefoot Dreams blanket because I am obsessed with them. Like I cannot tell you how much I love these. I sleep with mine every night. My dogs also love them. So they're Oliver and Stella approved. But I sent this blanket to my friend and she was like literally freaking out. Like she was like, this is not knowing anything about Barefoot Dreams or like knowing the price point or like whatever. She was like, this is the most luxurious blanket I've ever felt. And I was like, I know. That's more what it is. It's not even that it's like the softest blanket ever. It's not even that it's like, it just feels so luxurious and cozy on a cold fall or winter night. Getting to snuggle up in a beautiful, warm cocoon of this blanket is like my favorite thing. Even Charles, my husband, who is not, he's a very frugal man. Like he is not a spender. Even he has admitted to me that the blankets slap. Like he is like, these blankets are phenomenal. Like they're very, very good. He's like, I don't think you should spend that much money on them. However, I love these blankets too. If you have someone in your life, I feel like this especially, like I really want to get, my mom watches all my videos, so like, ugh. But I really want to get my mom one too for Christmas because I feel like if you have someone in your life who just loves things that are cozy and comfortable and warm and just wants to cuddle up and like drink their hot cocoa and read a book, this is like the perfect gift to get someone. There's very few times that I've tried something that's been this hyped up and I actually believe it's worth the hype. And this is genuinely something that I tried that was so hyped up and I was like, I get it. Like I get why everybody loves these blankets so much. I get why people think they're amazing because like they really are. They're so cozy and comfortable. I love them. The final thing I wanted to mention is for if you have someone in your life who enjoys the finer things, like really bougie stuff, like we're talking like luxury, designer, whatever. If you have someone in your life who loves those things, I wanted to give you a little tip that was bestowed upon me that I had no idea about and I was kind of excited to learn about. So the brand YSL, which is a luxury designer brand, I found this out because when I was in Washington, DC for my grandma's funeral, I went to a couple of the luxury stores that are in DC because where I live in Rochester, they don't exist. Like you can't just go to like a Louis Vuitton in Rochester. You'd have to drive 6 hours to New York City. So whenever I'm in a big city where they have those stores, I always love to go and look and just like see stuff. I went into YSL in particular because there was a bag that I had been looking at online. I didn't know if I actually liked it, so I wanted to go in store and see it. And while I was in there, the salesperson was trying to sell me on all of this ridiculously priced home stuff. Like it was like, he brought out this blanket that was like $1,200. He brought out these like little bookends that were like $2,000. And I was like, who the fuck is buying this? Because it's certainly not me. Like I was like, who can afford this stuff? But then he gave me a little tip because I literally said that to him. I was like, I cannot afford $1,000. Like I can't afford a $1,200 blanket. Like I'm sorry. Like that's just not my life. And he was like, just to give you a little tip, because I feel like this is like a lot of people don't know about this. On the YSL website, there is I'll put like a screen recording of me getting to it because it's kind of complicated. You have to like go to 2 different sections of the website. But on YSL website, you can find YSL sort of like home stuff. And a lot of it is still that like stupidly, ridiculously priced YSL stuff, right? Like it's like $1,000 bookends, a $1,500 statue, like random stuff that's crazy. However, on there, they also have some like really cute, like little knickknacks that are overpriced for what they are. But if you have someone in your life who really loves luxury stuff or like lusts after luxury stuff, you can still get them a little something that's like under $100. So they have phone cases that are like $90. They have matchbooks and lighters for like $12. $12, which again, for a lighter and a matchbook, that is a crazy amount of money to spend. However, if you're trying to be a little bougie for a friend, I think it's a really cool thing. They also have like cups that are not insanely expensive, like little things like that I always feel like are fun because it's still something a lot of people, especially with like luxury stuff, it's just kind of like, you just kind of want the experience of like getting to buy something luxury. There's this TikTok account I follow, I'll link it down below too, that buys the cheapest items from all of these luxury stores and kind of tells you like what's worth it, what's not. And there you can find a lot of stuff that's actually like under $100, which again is still a lot of money. Stuff that's under $100 that you can still have the little bit of that like bougie luxury experience without having to drop thousands of dollars on stuff that you don't need. So I thought I'd throw that out there too. I feel like it's kind of fun to be able to buy something that's just like a little bit extra, a little bit bougie for someone without having to spend YSL type money, you know? Okay, finally makeup. For makeup, I stuck to mostly eyeshadow palettes, and that's mostly because I feel like eyeshadow palettes when it comes to makeup are just like a safe bet. I feel like eyeshadow palettes are a good gift because it's not super specific to like makeup preference, if that makes sense. Like I feel like out of all things, like you can't really, like gifting a foundation is difficult. I wouldn't even know how to recommend gifting a foundation. Even like a blush or a highlighter, it's very personal based on what each individual person wants. Whereas with eyeshadow palettes, it's like a little bit more universal, like a little bit, still not 100%, but these were just the ones that I've tried this past year or just ones that I think are good gifts. The first one is the Patrick Todd, I think it's called the Dimensions palette. This palette is wonderful. If you have a person in your life who just loves neutrals, keeping it simple, an everyday work palette, like this palette is perfect for that. The mattes blend out beautifully. It has 2 cream shades, so if you're in a rush and you just want to do like a cream shade in the lid, you can do that. The shimmers are gorgeous, like stunning. There's one glitter shade that's a touch dry, but even that one still performs well and like works really well. I also like this palette a lot because I think no matter what sort of stage you're at in learning how to do makeup, whether you're an expert or if you're just someone who's just starting out, this is a palette that I think a lot of people could use really easily. It's pigmented, so you're not gonna have a hard time trying to build it up, but it's not overly pigmented, so you're able to maybe put a little too much on, but blend it out relatively easy. And the blendability is just amazing. Like it blends out like a dream. The colors blend together super well. And also because the color story is so neutral, it's something that's really easy to pair eye looks together with. So even if you have someone who's like just starting out, doesn't really know what they're doing with eyeshadow yet, they're gonna be able to figure out ways to mix these colors together because there's not a lot of curveballs in that palette. It's just kind of a basic, neutral, everyday, easy to work with. You're not really gonna mess up color theory with this palette. So that was why I wanted to recommend this one. And also I can attest that I think the formula is phenomenal. Another palette I would like to recommend is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. This is an older palette. It's been around for a few years. But first of all, this palette is on sale all of the time. Second of all, this palette is amazing. I would say if you're somebody who likes neutrals, but also likes a little bit of fun color. There's enough pops of color sprinkled in here that if you wanted to do something neutral with like a pop on the lower lash line, or you wanted to just do a purple eye in general or a blue eye in general, you have that option while still having shadows that are a lot more just sort of wearable every day for if you're like going to the office or whatever you're doing. Again, the formula in this palette is phenomenal. The shades blend super easily. I think that they would work for somebody who is a beginner up until somebody who is like a pro. I think anybody could use this palette. I also absolutely love the shimmer shades in this palette. They are some of my all-time favorite. And the thing I love about this palette in particular is that the shimmers pair so well with the mattes that, again, similarly with the Patrick Ta, you're not gonna have too much confusion on like what to use with what. Like all of the shimmers pair nicely with all of the mattes. All of the mattes pair nicely together. And overall, it just makes it a relatively easy palette for somebody to use while also being a little bit more interesting than something like the Patrick Ta. Because I think the Patrick Ta is definitely a little bit, it's not boring, but it's just kind of like, it's a neutral palette. Whereas this, it's still a neutral palette, but it has enough pops that makes it fun and exciting. If you have someone in your life that loves glitter, I will not harp on this for too long because I talk about these too much, but the Kaja bento boxes are there and you should buy them. If you have somebody who loves glitter, I really feel like you can't go wrong with the Kaja bento boxes. My personal favorite is 01 Rose Water. That is my favorite shade. If you have somebody who loves pink glitter, I'm seriously telling you, they will love this product. I cannot say enough good things about the Kaja bento boxes. They are like my favorite thing in makeup, and they have been for a very long time. I literally based some of the shades in my own makeup palette collab on the Kaja bento box formula because I love how super shiny, super pigmented, like just gorgeous glitter those shadows are. They are so incredibly stunning. And I think these are fun because it's not like an entire palette. So if you have someone who has like just a lot of makeup in general, you're not giving them an entire palette, but it's still something fun, like a glitter topper that they can have a lot of fun with, utilize. And because they're all three of the ones in sort of the row are similar shades, they're sort of monochromatic, it's really easy to pair these shimmers with any sort of matte look. You can easily do like a little glitter ombre, you can easily deepen up something with one of the darker glitters, have it pair nicely with a glitter that's a little bit lighter. Overall, just absolutely love these products, and I think the price point is also phenomenal for the quality of product that you're getting. Okay, and with that was my 2021 gift recommendations. Sorry I ranted so long about phone stands, but I'm serious, amazing. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you would recommend people give as gifts this year. If you guys have any stuff you've been loving that you think could be helpful to other people, comment it down below. I love you guys so much. I hope you like this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're here. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, including my new Glomus merch, that's limited edition. My social media and everything I am wearing on my face will be linked down below, along with my social justice spotlight. And that is where places that you can give back to this holiday season will be linked. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Merry Glomus, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!